but this is an inspiring guest, former Philadelphia Eagle NFL star Trayvon Hester. And dude, it's great to finally connect again. I
Yes,
watched
sir.
your whole career. It was unreal. And literally to say, hey, I tutored this guy.
Yes,
So when
sir.
I owned my tutoring business, I started tutoring you back in middle school, got to see
Mhm.
you all the way, SAT, and then on to Toledo.
Yes,
And
sir.
did you ever think NFL, we met in when you were in middle school, that you were going
Uh-huh.
to play in the NFL? Did you think that was going to happen?
I mean, in my mind, I kind of felt like I had a chance, or that I wanted to do it. I didn't know if it was really possible or not, but just being a little kid, that's what I always wanted to do. So I kind of, you know,
Yeah,
felt like,
exactly.
yeah.
So from that process and that transition from high school to college, it was how did you transition? Was that a challenge for you? And so kind of explain that process to being at Toledo and then getting the opportunity to play in the NFL and also star in the NFL in so many ways with your highlights with the Eagles in your
Yeah,
career.
yes, sir. Honestly, like you said, you started. We connected back in middle school, and
Yeah.
that early process of me and you connecting is actually what predestined the education that I was going to be able to go through, and you just helping me be capable of understanding how to do this and how to do that, and just being on top of work, and just being very studious, like you said, prepping me for the SATs, and just kind of just giving me a pre mindset of what the college level education system could look like or sound like. So I mean, it was kind of just like a pre boost from you, and it was just actually more help. So that just allowed me to just gear in and lock in and just really just take the tools and run with them.
And it's such a good point you make about the journey, right? The journey of understanding, and this is where we're kind of gonna go in the story of young people and stuff like that. To say, oh my gosh, I got this opportunity. I'm going, and education was just not your thing. But once you got to Toledo, did you know what to expect going from high school to college? First of all, college like academically, but then secondly, playing at such a high level at Toledo.
No, I wasn't prepared mentally or physically. I mean, honestly, I was the first in my family to really venture on and like do the college route. So I wasn't able to, talk to nobody or get any kind of um viewpoint of what college would look like or that aspect of college anyway. So it was an all new land and new fresh territory for me. So I just basically had to trust the fundamentals that I knew and was taught, and just be steadfast.
What do you think the biggest challenges were? You said not physically or mentally. Let's go to the mental side. Was it hard academically at first to kind of see how to be able to balance books and football because
Oh
of the
yeah.
amount of time?
Oh yeah. So when you step onto a college campus, you're quote unquote a student athlete, so student first, and you know when you get into those dorm like classrooms, and it's 50 to 60 students, and you're sitting in there for a few hours, and you're learning about something that you might not really have an interest in. It's like, oh, this is real, and this is something that I need to lock in and focus in on, and find an interest in, and be able to the do. And it was, piece by piece, just really just setting it up and taking just every step, just one step at a time.
Exactly that one step at a time. So important in the process. And what did you kind of discover about yourself in college?
Oh man. So college was crazy for me because I started out as a gray shirt, so I was academically ineligible, and that's all through from us getting together because I wasn't really the best student coming out of high school. I was mainly I had the athletic ability to play the sport, but school I didn't really care about in a sense. And it wasn't that I wasn't smart enough. I just didn't have the interest for it. But once I learned that my physical ability could take me farther than where I could even see, I was able to understand that I need to, lock in and really just take this stuff serious.
Oh, exactly. And you kind of started to see that in your growth period where in school you're like, I don't really want to do anything, right?
Mhm.
I'm just here. And then you got motivated more and more. But once you saw that, guess what? If your grades aren't good enough, you're not playing.
Oh yes, sir.
And that kind of really educated you in so many ways of whoa, this
Yeah,
is what I'm going through.
and just having to sit out my first year and not be able to play football and watch the guys that came in with as freshmen be able to work out and be with the team and be around the team, and I still just like I'm up there but I'm not able to do anything with the team. I just gotta be academic. I gotta get academically eligible, so that was more motivation for me to really kick the stuff in gear and to take it more seriously. And I was able to clarify for a degree, and now I got criminal justice degree, and I can brag about stuff like that now.
Exactly. And let's talk about on the field. How highly recruited were you going to Toledo?
So I had about like 10 offers, 10 to 13 offers, I would believe. And I had a few big ones, but Toledo was one of the offers that came in first. They offered me when I was a sophomore, and young, and they just, stayed around. They was a program or it was a coaching staff that, just consistently called, checked in, and showed up and like was visible in the school. So I felt comfortable choosing Toledo, and I felt like that coaching staff would help me out a lot. But as far as coming out of high school, I wouldn't say I was the highest recruited guy. I mean, I was a top rated guy coming out of PA. I mean, probably top 30 in the class, top 15 at my position. But you know, again, my grades wasn't the best, so a lot of colleges weren't coming in to scoop me up because they didn't trust that I would have the ability to finish college or even make it in college.
Right. And so once you got there playing, what were your prospects of playing at first? Was it still, were you shocked at who you're competing with, the challenges involving just playing?
Yeah, so just the college aspect of it is different. Guys are a lot stronger. They're older, they're faster, and they train a lot harder. So for me, I was always a bigger guy, and that my sides actually helped me out a lot. And the area that I came from was a tough area, and it made me a lot more aggressive. So that allowed me to actually helped it as well. So just getting stronger, I think I really needed to do was like the main thing because coming out of high school, I was always athletically gifted, but I didn't like really work as hard.
Exactly. And then once you did, you saw the fruits. So talk about your highlights, biggest highlights at Toledo.
So I was able to come in as a redshirt freshman and play, and I was second team All MAC after uh, my freshman year. I want to say it, three-time All MAC recipient while I was at Toledo, 4-year starter. captain my senior year, draft pick 2017. So one of the first draft picks to come out of Toledo in a long time, since it was like 2004, I believe, was the last draft pick. So uh, we kind of like opened the door back up for a lot of kids that's coming out of Toledo right now. I think we just recently had a first round draft pick like 2 years ago, Quinion Mitchell for the Philadelphia Eagles. So, it's a blessing to be able to say that, I was one of the guys that, kind of opened the door and just, relit the fire at Toledo.
Yeah, you definitely did, and that's got to feel awesome, and those stories. And I remember talking to people who played in schools like the MAC, and been able, or not highly recruited, I mean highly draft picks, NFL players, and to
Hmm.
see how you open the door, it's got to feel great. And we're going to go back in that story of you going back to Toledo to coach after your success. But let's just dive into specifically enough. You were drafted by who?
The Oakland Raiders, round seven, pick 242.
All right. So, what did you feel like when you got that call?
Oh
Tell us about that.
man. I still remember it like it was yesterday. I'm at my mom's house, back home, back in Penn Hills, and family's all there. It's day three of the draft. I'm sitting around waiting around all day, just watching the names go, watching them go, getting calls from teams, saying to stay ready, or just piquing interest, or just asking questions, or uh, stating that they would like to pick me up after the draft or this or that. So by the end of by the time it was coming up, like my name was coming up, I was already thinking like, well, maybe it just might not happen. But lo and behold, I got a call from the head coach Jason Candle at Toledo, and he was like, "Hey man, answer your phone, man. Oakland's about to call you." And as I'm hanging up with him, my agent's calling, and he's basically saying the same thing. And by the time I'm getting off the phone with my agent, Oakland, California number was coming in, and it was Reggie McKenzie on the other end, the general manager at the time, and he was just telling me how they were about to take me with this pick, and how he was excited to be able to work with me, and how he felt like I was a special guy, and got a lot of different characteristics that can help. And I was very excited. We were so we were down in the basement when I got the call. My family and all of them was still upstairs. It was just me and all of my brothers downstairs, and so they were already downstairs, like jumping around, going crazy. And so my family upstairs, they heard it, and they start going crazy, and everybody in the house was just going bananas. And by the time the house erupted, like it was like everybody outside on the streets was like, it was almost like a block
Right.
party that day. So it was special night.
All right. So you get drafted, and then you see the Raider history. We're going to talk the
Hmm.
Raider history, then the
Hmm.
Eagle history, and I guess all the certain NFL teams' history.
Yes,
Think
sir.
about once you put the silver and black on, as a Pittsburgher,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
putting the silver and black on. What did you learn about the tradition of the Raiders once you got there?
Well, honestly, being a Pittsburgh guy, we're bred football players, so we know a lot of football history. We know football through and through. So it was an honor to be drafted by the Raiders, and to be able to don in silver and black. Once a Raider, always a Raider. That's the slogan. So to be able to say that I was a Raider, and one of those guys is remarkable, and something that a feat that I'll never diminish.
It's just the feeling, right?
Yeah,
The, the
yeah.
the the feeling of
The
putting on
black
that uniform.
the black hole is serious.
I
One of the
mean,
greatest fan bases ever. And yeah, yeah, you gotta love it.
What was your biggest, fondest memory? And then I know we're gonna get to the Eagles. That was a wild one because you're gonna be in the Guinness Book or kind of always mentioned forever with the Eagles thing. But let's go to the first of all, the Raiders thing. I mean, what do you think your fondest memory playing for the Raiders?
So honestly, just being able to live in California, that was my first time being on the West Coast, being in the Bay Area. Traditionally, it's a cultural area, so it's a lot of history in the Oakland area, the San Francisco area, all around just the Bay Area period. So just to be able to soak all of that stuff in at the young age that I was at and experience it at a high level was just something that I'd never be able to take away. And just meeting the people that I was able to meet and gaining the big brothers that I got to gain and the leaders that I got to be around while being
Yeah.
out there it was something that I don't take for granted.
You don't take for granted. You feel in your heart and you say to yourself, really, this really happened. And so you go ahead and you leave the Raiders and tell us the story because I think it was a way and it was a wake up call, but also an opportunity.
Yes, sir, it was. My rookie year actually went pretty smooth. I played 14 games out of the 17, I believe there was. I think I missed the last two due to like a ankle injury or something like that. But I actually played a pretty smooth rookie season, but that season just didn't go too well organizationally wise. So they ended up getting a different coach and going in a different direction. So they fired Coach Del Rio, and once they fired Coach Del Rio, the
Yep.
whole staff followed. So they brought in Coach Gruden, and I came back my second year, which would be, the redemption year, and had a great training camp, and loved the staff over there with Gruen, and made the team actually like made the active 53 roster, but did like literally the day after making it, they like released me or something like that. So it was like like you said, a wake up call and something that was just different and unexpected. And I just had to sit back and really just be ready for what was the next opportunity. But luckily, I was able to put a lot of good film out there, and my phone was actually ringing.
You end up in the Eagles. And
Yes,
like, I
sir.
mean, I looked at the Wikipedia. So the biggest ones are we're going to highlight in this because we could talk for hours. This is a
Yes,
half hour
sir.
interview, but we're going to get the opportunity or like close to a half hour. We're going to kind of close it out, maybe have a part two because we're going to,
Yes,
I
sir.
think we're going to, I need to talk to you for 5 minutes of some collaboration because I was your mentor the first time
Yes, sir.
because you saw me as a big guy
Hmm.
academically and you could talk about that, but I see some big things happening, especially where we're the media giants going.
Yeah.
And I don't and you're probably like you knew when we were talking and debate and tutoring you and
Yes,
I
sir.
my dreams of radio and TV and never
Yeah.
knew where I would become. And also I guess as an agency and owning my own business and not working for anybody else, you would have
Yes, sir.
probably you knew those dreams were there and we could
Yes,
kind of
sir.
talk about it. But I
Yes,
see so
sir.
many things. But let's go to the Eagles, the biggest highlights of the Eagles, and then we're going to close off. We're going to definitely have it a part two. And I have a lot of shows
Sure.
to book you on, so be ready.
I
But tell
will.
me, just tell me, basically the Eagles experience where you will live in infamy. You had a
Hmm.
good career. You had a good time in the Eagles, right?
Yes, sir. So, actually, when I had got released by Oakland, when I was walking out of the building, I called my agent just to like let him know what was going on, and he wasn't even informed yet. So it was like basically news to him, just like it was news to me. But by the time I was pulling back up to my hotel room, he was calling me back, just giving me information, letting me know like, hey, we got about like three or four teams who would be interested, and bringing you in, and a couple might want workouts, but there's a other few who are ready to just bring you in and put you on a practice squad and let you earn a name. And one of them was actually Philadelphia. And by the time he had said that, I was like, look, I'm ready to go close to home anyway. So let's just make the Philadelphia thing happen. And Howie Roseman, the GM over there, had called me, and we was able to connect and make that happen. And Philly was one of the best moves that I made because they gave me the opportunity to really get out there and play. And Coach Schwartz, the defensive coordinator, he rotated defensive line like heck. So I was out there with a lot of great people: Fletcher Cox, Haloti Nada, Brandon Graham, Michael Bennett. Chris Long, you name them. I was with them, and all great guys. So, I was able to, be around a great group of people.
Absolutely. Wow. It's definitely the let's talk about the kick.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, talk about that and I guess your biggest highlights after that. Let's
Yes,
nail
sir.
those. Yeah.
Chicago, wild card, playoff, and I'm playing sparingly. It wasn't one of my greatest games, but they're driving the last minute. They're driving, they're getting closer and closer, and I think by like they got to like around like our 40, and we kind of held them up, and they go out for the field goal. And I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, hey, you got to sell out for this play. Whatever you do, just put your head down and just go as hard as possible. And I'm actually lined me, Haloti lined up next to each other, and man, we just shoot that gap. And when I raise up, I put my hand up, and literally, I just feel the ball just grazes the top, like the top of my hand, and I'm like, yo, I got it, I got a piece of it. And as I'm turning around, like I see the ball wobbly, but then I see it correct itself, and like when I see it correct itself, I turn back around like, oh, man, I didn't get enough. And as I turn back around, like they like it hits, and I don't see none of that. It hits, and like as I'm like throwing my arms down, like you can just see everybody just start running around like, and I'm looking like what, like, and they're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm like, he missed it. I'm like, he missed it. Oh, he missed it. And it was like crazy, man. It was so I ended up telling the special teams coach, like, yo, like I got a piece of that. I got a piece of it. I got I hit that. I hit that. And the rest was history. They ended up, seeing on the film that, it was actually tipped and counted it as a block. And yes, it does go down in Philadelphia Eagle history. I'm forever grateful to the Philadelphia Eagles organization. I get immense love from the community. I like Philly. Philly loves me. Anytime I see an Eagles fan and they found out who I am, they're ready to buy drinks on them, rounds on them. So yeah, shout out to Philly.
Oh my goodness. You never thought you'd say a shout out to Philly either. Never thought that would happen for sure. So, latest, just a quick update. Right now, we're going to do life after football and part two for sure. Tell me specifically what's happening with you now. You're coaching with
hmm
Penn Hills.
Yes, sir. So this will be my second year right now. At Penn Hills High School, that's where I graduated from and played football. So just trying to be a voice, be active, help the kids, and just be mindful of trying to let them know like where they can go and how they can get up out of their situations.
All right. Well, fantastic. Appreciate it, Trey. Thanks again, man.
Yes, sir.
All
Thank
right.
you, man. I appreciate it.
All right. That's special simulcast Neil Haley show. And so, oh, one more question. All right. So here's my final question for you.
Sure.
What is the most important thing in life you've ever learned? This is from Greg Hanna of Toss C3 and Celebrity Interviews Live from the Grotto. What is the most important thing in life you ever learned?
Uh, The most important thing in life that I've ever learned. Uh, that's a deep question. I've learned a lot in life. I say be gracious. Be gracious of every opportunity. Take advantage of opportunities that come your way, and show gratitude. Give love. Don't allow negativity to shape your life, and uh, you can be whatever you want to be.
All right. Love it. Okay, that was the special simulcast of the Neil Haley Show and Celebrity Interviews live from the Grotto